Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. The jet engine you hear is the air conditioner, which is right that way for this room because it's hot out in Michigan. If you hadn't heard, it's hot out. So let's go ahead and get right to the comic books. Let's do the big one first. Captain America, number 750. Look at the size of this freaking thing. They wrap up the two comic book series, the Captain America and the Sam Wilson Captain America. First we do the Sam Wilson wrap up. There's a lot of little short stories, and I want to make sure everybody gets their just desserts for their credits. Sam's is coming to terms with a new shield that Misty had made for him. It's got like wings on it and stuff. It's all right. It's a good story. It wraps everything up nice and neat. We have one more big story to go. His story is called A Cup of Tea. The writer is Tochi Onyebuchi. Artist is R.B. Silva. For the regular Steve Rogers Nothing But a Fight, his writers are Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. Artist Carmen Carnero. And this is going to Roger the Destroyer, his funeral. And Sharon Carter has declared that she is the new Destroyer. Got a cool skull mask and everything. And it's just wrapping everything up in the thing. We get Bucky's there. They talk about Ian, Steve's son, and then they find out a secret about the shield that this guy's ancestor brings to him. So we'll get more of that in what's called the Captain America finale. Then we have some short stories. Reflections is by writer Stephanie Williams and artist Rachel Stott. The Hero is writer, my favorite, J.M. DeMatteis, and artist Sarah Pichelli. Then and Now is writer, penciler Dan Jurgens and inker Brett Breeding. The Mantle is writer Cody Ziegler, artist Marcus Williams. One Lucky Shot, writer Gail Simone, artist Daniel Acuna. And these are all just teeny tiny stories about past with Sam, past with Steve. Just sweet little stories that take place in their careers. There was the one silly one that I like, The Mantle, which is very goofy artwork, and it's just Sam and Steve throwing the shield around. And then there's the one where the kids save Captain America's shield because this guy thinks he shot him. So this was a good wrap up to this, and it's issue 750. That's a lot of issues. They do that legacy thing. Daredevil, we're almost done with this Daredevil. This is Daredevil number 13, written by Chip Zdarsky. Marco Checchetto is the artist, and Daredevil's costume is white because he's currently in hell getting Foggy Nelson out of hell to save his life, which mildly concerned about that. What Foggy do so wrong? Why's Foggy in hell? Do all lawyers go to hell? Is that just a thing? Not sure. But this is a good wrap up. I'm not sure why Daredevil has twin lightsabers and big horns on his white costume, but it's not mine to reason why. And we'll see how they wrap it up next issue. So then we're going to get a whole new crew after that. Other than that, though, it's always a good time. Doctor Strange number 5. You've been cordially invited to Clea's mom, Umar, the Unrelenting, that is her mother, being married to Tiboro, Lord of the Seething Volcano, Spirit of the Decay, etc., etc. That was their etc. is not mine. Jed McKay's our writer, Pascal Ferry is the artist. So they're off to a wedding in another dimension. It's really pretty to look at. I mean, I love the artwork they've been doing on these things. Dormammu's hilarious when he shows up to officiate and still be kind of a tool at the same time. And Clea finds out that she's going to be a sister. Her mother's growing the other baby in an external magical womb because she said never again with the whole birthing thing. So this was a lot of fun. There's an introduction of a new character we're not going to go over. Disney Gargoyles number 7. Demona. Demona's on the cover. When last we left this gang, Goliath is still in prison. They're trying to determine if he is sentient. Greg Weisman is our writer. George Cambadeas is our illustrator. And these covers have been great. These are gorgeous covers. So Demona, we get to touch on the thing where she's human in the daytime, she's gargoyle at night. It's nice to know she's gotten into the habit of taking off the human clothes so that her gargoyle body doesn't shred them every time. So yeah, this is a great, there's a great chase sequence that looks really well with the way that the art is done by the artist. And Demona shows up to kind of take stuff over because Goliath's going on trial. So, and they're getting a spin-off comic called Gargoyles the Dark Ages, so keep an eye here for that. Alright, Gun Honey. This is called Heat Seeker, a Gun Honey series. Gun Honey's not in it. These are characters that are offshoots from the Gun Honey series. Our writer is Charles Ardai. Penciler is Ace Continuado. Inker is Jose Zapata. And they do fake, these people do like fake murders where they use squibs and things like that. And they have to get out of town and they go meet this woman who can make anyone look like anyone. So that's kind of cool. It's what you're supposed to get in a Gun Honey book. Lots of guns, lots of violence, lots of blatant nudity, ton of cleavage. It's Gun Honey. The reason I guess Charles wanted to do this Heat Seeker book is because his regular artist that does Gun Honey, it's a 4-issue series usually for Gun Honey, and it takes that artist a year to draw those 4 issues. And he wanted something out this year. So there you go. I hate this place. Number 10. Unfortunately, also the last one. Kyle Starks is our creator-writer. Artyom Topolin is our creator-artist. We finally get all of the information. Our one young lady's father, the evil bastard who's trying to bring about the apocalypse because God told him to, takes the one girl in to the caverns to set off the doomsday device. Her girlfriend finds her glasses because apparently she's blind as a bat without them. And everything comes to a lovely resolution. This is just a wild nightmare of a ride of a comic book until the last couple pages, though. Because they're fighting monsters and the Horned Demon. And I don't know. I would like there to be more of a Hate This Place with just the characters. I mean, they could do something else, you know. And then there's always the silly cartoon at the end, which is kind of cute. They could just do that. I'd read those. So I Hate This Place made it 10 issues. I think that's where they planned to stop it, though. That was a good stopping point for it. King Kong, The Great War, number 2. The only thing that shows up of Kong in this is his footprint. Chapter 2 is The Swamp. Writer is Alex Cox. Artist is Tommaso Bianchi. And we are in 1917 on a Pacific island that is obviously Scotland. There are monsters, there are pterodactyls, there's tentacly things in the place, there's dinosaurs, everything you could think of, and they all think they're losing their mind. This is World War I, basically. And so I don't know how long this is going to go for. It was fun. We need more King Kong in the King Kong book. Nothing worse than a King Kong book or a King Kong movie where he's not in it. Sonic the Hedgehog number 62 with the smallest cast that we have had in quite some time. After all the wars and stuff, our cast consists of Amy Rose, Knuckles the Echidna, Clutch the Possum, and Mimic. Who I don't know what he is. They don't say what he is. Anyways, Amy found a artifact to bring back to Knuckles to the Emerald Island. Is that what it's called? Outlook, hold on. Let's see. Some island. It's an island. It should say on the front. Let's see. Angel Island. Where he guards the emeralds. And he's happy to put the thing away. But then our evil possum fella he's cleaning up all the messes that Eggman makes and keeping whatever technology he finds. I think that's why his name is Clutch. Clutch wants to take out the Diamond Cutters, which is the Lady Squad. So he wants Mimic to go and pretend to be a good person to get to hang out So we get Amy, Rose, and Knuckles, and then the Diamond Squad. So we get Tangle and Whisper and Sweet Baby Lanolin. And Mimic shows up and can make himself look all cute when he's not being, you know, a nasty, evil thing. So trying to infiltrate the Diamond Cutters to take over and destroy them from within. So, yeah. I can't believe there's been 62 issues of the comic book. I can't wait for issue 100. It's probably going to be great. So, that's our books for the week. Now, Sophie and Fiona, you came over for the weekend. We picked blueberries. We washed the dogs outside. You helped me put up an art installation of a Jason Voorhees statue up on the hill on the back of the property. We'll see how long it takes before the authorities show up or it just shows up on the news. We went to the splash pad. We went and got the car wash. We went to McDonald's. You helped me make pancakes because we picked blueberries, so we needed blueberry pancakes. That's the rules. Blueberry pancakes, blueberry tarts. No blueberry smoothies yet, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe. Or blueberry bread or blueberry muffins. A lot of things you can do with blueberries. In the meantime, yep, there's the big stack. Apparently next week, according to Martha, this will be bigger. We got more independents coming. We read a lot of independent comics here. So, because sometimes they're the best ones. After a while, some of the other ones can be a dredge, something. I don't even know. I think we buy two DC comics right now. So, for the rest of you, go on out there. Go find a comic book place. I go to Fanfare, as I mentioned. They moved across the street where the old bicycle shop used to be, so it's a big place. I'm still getting used to the space because literally they haven't moved the comic book shop in 20 years. So all of my children, my grandchildren, us, we're just used to that's where it's at, you know. And now the new place, while it's bigger, they're still organizing, and it's not my comic book store, but it's still a wonderful place, and I am certain I will get used to it because I will have absolutely no choice in the matter. This was not my decision. So, and they got a lot more space, so that'll be kind of nice. And bathrooms for the public. You didn't have to sneak and go into the employee bathroom. So, for the rest of you though, find a comic book store, check out their 25 cent bin, their 50 cent bins, see if they've got something like that. If you don't have anything like that around you, the internet has lots of comics you can read if you like to read on a computer or a tablet or your phone. I guess people read on their phone. I couldn't do that. You can go to the library. Library has lots of comic books. Just ask them where they are. They're usually in the teens room or something like that in any library. So there's always a place to go read a comic book. Next week I'll see you with a giant stack of comic books. So until next week, just go read a comic book.